Hi everyone, going to do some work on my tractor today. It's an Iseki TU170 compact tractor. The problem is when I push on my accelerator and release it, the throttle sticks open and it doesn't come back, so it's just revving constantly. So I'll show you what's going on. Okay, so to get down to the throttle linkage, we've got to take these covers off. Very straightforward, they just lift off, there's nothing holding them. One, undo the handle. This one comes off. So here we have a throttle linkage. When I push on the accelerator, this moves. Hopefully you can see that. Moves. When I release the accelerator, it stays there. I'm able to just push it slightly and it will come back by itself. So it's stuck somewhere through the system. So we're going to pull it apart and see if we can free it up a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to pull the column apart, the steering column and maybe the dash. The throttle cable is here and it disappears inside this assembly. It also has a manual set throttle. So to get in there and have a look at what's happening, I'm just going to pull it apart, so we'll go through that together. Okay, also I don't have any manuals. There's nothing on the internet about how to do this, so I'm just going to follow my nose step by step. I'm not a mechanic. We'll see what happens. Okay, also I don't have any manuals. There's nothing on the internet about how to do this, so I'm just going to follow my nose step by step. I'm not a mechanic. We'll see what happens. Of course, that's the wrong way. Off. Again. Always the wrong way. Okay, so to get this dash out a little bit further, I have to undo the Speedo cable. So it looks like it just untwists, unscrews out of the back of the Speedo. Hopefully that just comes out. Yep. Okay, get some red. Alright, this is the last of the screws. That's hidden by the shroud. So the shroud had to come out of the way so I could get this off. There's the throttle cable. It disappears in underneath here. It's pretty loose. And it can reveal its secrets to us. Okay, so looks like there's our linkage. So straight away I can see when I push on the accelerator, which is down here, I push it, it turns this bell crank, which then pulls on this cable, which runs down to the engine. I release the accelerator, the crank returns, but there's still slack here. So this cable is getting caught inside the shroud that runs to the engine. So I think we'll take this out completely. Maybe blow some WD-40 or something through the shroud and clean out any dust and debris in there and try and free it up a bit. So to do that, I just got to take out this little circlip. Not circlip, but it comes off. So yeah, that feels like crap. Take it out completely and fix it up. Okay, so down in the engine, this is our throttle linkage. There's our cable. So I have to remove this cotter pin as well to get the cable out. So bend the legs flat, pull it out. Pull the washer off it. Oops, catch that. It's off. Over here is where the sheath terminates and it's held by a couple of nuts. I've already loosened it off. It just slips out. Ooh. Now the whole assembly comes out of the, oh my god, out of the firewall here. I just feed it through. And that's it. Okay, so we have our throttle cable. What I'm going to do, this should just freely pull through either end, and it's not. It feels terrible. I'm sure it's going to be full of dust and debris. So what I'm going to try and do is get some WD-40. I'll put it down one end, flush out any dust or whatever. You can see it there. And just try and get it to free up a little bit. So it's going to take its time just to work through. I might get some compressed air, blow it through as well. But hopefully we can resurrect it, because I don't have any spare parts here in Australia. Just going to try and clean it up as best I can. Okay, slowly getting there. Just adding a little bit of WD at a time. Pulling it through bit by bit. I've also used a bit of compressed air, sort of blowing it in through. You can see now at the other end of the cable, I'll do that. You can see the dirt and the grit is slowly coming out. So I'll just wipe it off with a rag every now and again. It's nice and clean. We'll just continue doing it. It's a slow process, but we'll get there. Okay, so that's the kind of goo that's coming out of it now. It's been a good 15 minutes of just pulling it up and down, but now eventually it's starting to come out. Okay, it's been half an hour or something of doing this, and it really has freed up. It's good, feels good now. Every now and again I'll just wipe the debris off, do it a bit more, there'll be more debris, so on. But I'm satisfied. Let's put it back in the tractor and see what it's like. Okay, so now I'm going to take my my cable and feed it back through the route that it came from and reattach it. slide the nut assembly back on there. And well, it's back in. I'm going to put the cotter pins back on now and yeah, have a feel and see what happens. So it's obviously just put it in the reverse of how you took it out with the washer and the cotter pins. Okay. Okay. That's back on. Okay, let's give it the test. Seems to return, it's still nice and stiff, so let's have a look at the accelerator linkage down the bottom. So push on the accelerator, release it. Push, release. Okay, so that's freed up. That is working. Well, I can't push that back any further. It's going the full travel by itself, so I call that fixed. I'm just going to tighten up my nut and reassemble the steering column and the dash. Right. One last check before we put it all together. I'm happy with that. Maybe not how it's pushing on these cables, but I have a feeling when we put this column back, won't be on them anymore. Okay. Time to get the throttle, or the tacho really, tacho cable back into the cluster somehow. Line it up. There's a nut on there. Get my fat fingers in there somehow. Making this look easy. There we go. Can you see in there? Not really. It's just a matter of getting the angle right, I think. Get that started. Like that. Okay, now it's started. I think I'm going to just do it up. Just finger tight. Just feels like a plastic collar to me, so I don't want to break it. Just do it up hand tight. Like that. Oh, now I'll get my hand out somehow. And that's it. Screw it all back together. Okay, last bolt. Come on, we'll just make sure as a final test that this is all working properly. All right, let's watch this. Down, back, down, back. Okay, that is done. All right, thanks for watching. Hopefully this may help somebody in the future. Like I said, I can't find any information on this tractor on the internet, so I just wing it. Good luck with your tractor. Any questions, leave them below. We'll do some more work in the future on this thing, but for now, see you later.